If you can't control your emotions, people will control you. And most men don't even realize it's already happening. It doesn't start with something obvious. It's subtle. A reaction here, a silence there, a moment where anger takes over logic, and just like that, respect begins to slip away. You think you're expressing yourself, standing your ground, being real, but what if those same reactions are quietly shaping how people see you, limit your opportunities, and define your relationships? In today's world, emotional control isn't optional. It's power. And the truth is, many men are losing that power without noticing. They feel misunderstood, overlooked, even disrespected, but they can't pinpoint why. The problem isn't always what happens to you. It's how you respond when it does. And that response creates patterns that push people away, weaken your presence, and keep you stuck in cycles you don't fully understand. In this video, you're going to see exactly what those patterns are. You'll understand the hidden behaviors men fall into when they can't control their emotions, how those behaviors affect how others perceive and treat them, and most importantly, how to break free from them. Because once you see it, you can't unsee it. And by the end of this video, you'll start recognizing the one thing that separates men who are respected from those who are controlled. You need to stay with me on this because what I'm about to show you isn't obvious at first. But once it clicks, you start seeing it everywhere, especially in your own behavior. It usually doesn't feel like a problem when it happens. In fact, it feels natural. Someone cuts you off mid-sentence, and you snap back a little sharper than you planned. Someone takes too long to reply, and your mood quietly shifts. A small comment hits a nerve, and suddenly your whole tone changes. It's quick, almost automatic, like your mind hits a button before you even get a chance to think. And in that moment, you feel justified. You tell yourself, I'm just reacting. Anyone would. But here's the part most people miss. Those small reactions aren't small to the people watching you. Think about it. Have you ever been around someone who changes energy fast? 1 second they're calm, next second something feels off. You start choosing your words more carefully around them. You hold back a little, not because you dislike them, but because you don't fully trust how they'll respond. Now flip that perspective. That might be happening to you without you realizing it. And the scary part? It doesn't explode your life overnight. Chips away at it. Slowly, quietly. People don't confront you about it. They don't sit you down and explain. They just adjust. They stop sharing certain things. They keep conversations surface level. Opportunities pass without your name being mentioned. Not because you're not capable, but because you don't feel predictable. There's this moment that happens after, maybe later that night, maybe a few days later, where everything replays in your head. You think about what you said, how you said it, how the other person reacted. And there's that subtle feeling, like something didn't land the way you expected. But instead of tracing it back to your reaction, it's easier to blame the situation. They were being disrespectful. They didn't understand me. That's just how people are. And just like that, the pattern stays alive. But here's where it gets deeper. These reactions aren't random. They're trained, built over time. Every time you react without thinking, your brain learns that pattern. It wires it in, faster, stronger. So next time, you react even quicker, even sharper, until eventually it's not even a choice anymore, it's your default setting. And once something becomes your default, it starts shaping how people see you before you even open your mouth. That's where things start to shift in ways you can't immediately see. Because from the outside, it's not about what triggered you. It's about what your reaction signals. And those signals, they're louder than anything you say. Now here's where things get uncomfortable. Because this is the part most people defend without even thinking. You tell yourself you're just being honest. You don't like fake conversations, you don't hide what you feel, you don't sugarcoat things. If something bothers you, it shows. If something feels off, you don't pretend it's fine. And in your head, that's a good thing. That's integrity. That's being real. But look at what actually happens around you. Conversations start feeling heavier. Not dramatic, just different. People hesitate before saying certain things. They laugh, but it's shorter. They open up, but not all the way. And slowly, without any big moment or argument, something shifts. You start noticing people don't come to you like they used to. They don't share as much. Some even drift without explanation. And that's the confusing part. Because from your perspective, you didn't do anything wrong. You were just being honest. But here's the piece that changes everything. Honesty without control doesn't feel like truth to other people. It feels like pressure. It's like being around someone who turns every small situation into something emotionally loaded. Not intentionally, not aggressively, but consistently. Over time, that creates a kind of weight in the interaction. People feel like they have to manage your reactions, not just express themselves. And when that happens, the dynamic flips. Instead of connection, it becomes caution. Think about everyday moments. You're texting someone, and they take longer than expected to reply. Instead of letting it pass, your tone shifts when they finally respond. A little colder, a little sharper. Or you're in a conversation, and something minor doesn't sit right with you, so your energy drops instantly. You don't even need to say anything. People feel it. That subtle tension in the air. That unspoken something's off. And people are extremely good at picking up on that. Over time, they start adjusting. Not in a dramatic way, but in small, almost invisible ways. They avoid certain topics. They keep things surface level. They don't challenge you. They don't go deeper. Not because they don't want connection, but because they don't feel safe enough to fully relax around you. And here's where it hits harder. The more this happens, the more you start feeling alone. Even when you're around people, even when conversations are happening, there's this quiet distance you can't fully explain. Like you're there, but not really connected. And it's easy to misread that feeling. You might start thinking people are fake, or shallow, or that no one really understands you. But in reality, what's happening is much more subtle. Your emotional reactions are setting the tone of every interaction before the other person even has a chance to meet you halfway. Now here's the shift that actually changes things. Controlling your emotions doesn't mean hiding them. It means choosing when and how they show up. It means creating space between what you feel and what you express. Not suppressing it, but shaping it. Because when people feel that stability from you, that they don't have to guess your reactions, that they don't have to walk carefully, everything changes. Conversations get lighter. Trust builds faster. People open up without hesitation. And suddenly, connection doesn't feel forced anymore. Feels natural. But that only happens when your presence stops feeling like something people need to manage and starts feeling like something they can relax into. Here's the part no one will ever sit you down and tell you, and that's exactly why it keeps happening. Respect doesn't disappear in one big moment. There's no dramatic scene, no clear turning point where everything suddenly changes. It fades in pieces, quiet ones, the kind you almost miss if you're not paying attention. It's in the way people start cutting you off mid-sentence a little more often. It's in how your opinion doesn't land the same way it used to. It's in those moments where decisions get made, and somehow you weren't part of them. And at first, you brush it off. You tell yourself it's nothing. People are busy. People are distracted. But then it keeps happening. Different places, different people, same pattern. And deep down, there's this feeling you can't quite ignore anymore, like something about the way people see you has shifted. What most don't realize is that respect isn't based on what you say about yourself. It's built on how consistent you are when things don't go your way. Think about it. Anyone can stay calm when everything is smooth. Anyone can be confident when they're winning. But the real signal people watch for is what happens when there's pressure. When plans fall apart. When something hits your ego. When things don't go how you expected. That's where everything gets decided. If your reactions in those moments swing too fast, frustration, withdrawal, defensiveness, people pick up on it instantly. Not consciously, not like they're analyzing you, but instinctively, creates a feeling, and that feeling turns into a quiet label they place on you. Unpredictable, reactive, hard to read. And once that label sticks, it starts shaping every interaction moving forward. You might not notice it right away, but it shows up in subtle ways. A friend stops asking for your opinion on serious things. At work, your ideas don't get the same weight. In conversations, people nod, but they don't really engage. It's like you're present, but your presence doesn't carry the same impact. And here's the part that hits the hardest. the more you feel that shift, the more it affects you internally. You start overthinking. You start trying harder to prove yourself. You react more, not less. And without realizing it, you feed the exact pattern that caused the problem in the first place. It becomes a loop. But here's where things can actually turn. Respect isn't something you chase directly. You don't get it by demanding it or forcing it into conversations. It builds when people feel one thing around you: stability. Not perfection, not silence. Stability. That means when something goes wrong, your response doesn't spike. It stays grounded. When something challenges you, you don't rush to defend. You pause, you process, and then you respond with intention. That gap, that small moment between feeling and reacting, that's where everything changes. Because in that space, you're no longer being controlled by the situation. You're controlling how the situation shapes you. And people notice that, not in a loud, obvious way, but in how they start leaning in again, listening more, taking your words seriously, trusting your presence without second-guessing it. That's how respect comes back. Not all at once, but piece by piece, the same way it left. Take a second and really think about this, not as something abstract, but as something real in your daily life. Every reaction you have, every tone shift, every moment of impatience, every emotional impulse, is quietly shaping how people experience you. Not how you see yourself, but how you're actually felt by others. And that difference, that's where most people lose control without realizing it. The truth is, emotional control isn't about becoming cold, distant, or silent. It's about becoming intentional. It's about creating that small space between what you feel and what you choose to show. Because in that space, you stop reacting and start deciding. And the moment you start deciding, everything changes: your relationships, your presence, the way people listen to you, and the way they respect you. Most people will go their entire lives repeating the same patterns, blaming circumstances, blaming others, never stopping long enough to see what's really happening. But you're here, which means you're already doing something different. And that difference, if you take it seriously, can completely shift the direction of your life. So the real question isn't whether emotions are good or bad. It's this: are you controlling them, or are they controlling you? If this made you see something you hadn't noticed before, stay close, because understanding this is just the beginning, and there's a lot more that most people never take the time to face. If you made it this far, don't just watch and move on. Take action right now. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next videos on psychology, emotional control, and human behavior that most people never take the time to understand. Hit the like button if this video made you think differently, because that helps this content reach people who are going through the same struggles. And I want to hear from you. Drop a comment below with the number 1 if you're starting to notice your reactions more, 2 if you realized you've been losing control without seeing it, or 3 if you're ready to change that starting today. Also, don't stop here. Watch the video that's appearing on your screen right now. It connects directly with what you just learned and goes even deeper into how your mind shapes your life. And check out the full playlist on the channel, where each video builds on the next, helping you understand patterns most people ignore. Stay aware, because once you see it, you can't go back.